What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the yard. We are going to Road Atlanta. We are going racing again. So pumped for the new livery. If you haven't seen it, go and watch the previous video. I still don't know what it's going to look like, but go watch the previous video because this was a process. This is all vinyl wrap. I did everything myself with the help of my wife. Oof. A lot of nights, a lot of hours. Looks awesome. Don't get too close to it. Stay a little far, 5 feet away or so. Looks fantastic. But in any case, we're going to Road Atlanta. This will be the Road Atlanta Hoosier Super Tour. It's the first event for me this year, and it's the first Super Tour that I'm going to this year. We are headed to the runoffs. Again, it's at VIR, home turf. We're looking for better results. All that for later in the year. Let's go racing. I'm going to pack the cooler. I'm going to put it in that van right there. There's lots of improvements everywhere, and I'll see you guys at the track when this thing is off the trailer. Oof, I'm very excited. But two qualifying sessions now. There are 13 cars signed up. It's a big group, and it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're all
I was fourth after the first qualifying session. There was some partying last night, and this morning's qualifying session I lost a position. Starting fifth out of 13, couldn't be happier.
The guys to look at, but look at this train just back behind them.
We have inadvertently parked directly under the PA speaker here. Probably pretty loud. I don't know how well you can hear me. Either way, we're going to start this race 5th out of 13. I'm really happy with that. We just flipped the car to the race tires. I bled brakes, checked everything out. I think we're pretty much ready to go. I'm going to set some tire pressures. New paint scheme appreciation. Fastest Skunk Racing. Look at this car. Holy cow, it's in the sun now. It looks so good. Oh, it's so exciting. It looks outstanding with the white race wheels. Beautiful look. Absolutely beautiful look. Oh boy. Well, also, thanks to Racing for ALS. Car looks great. I think I might feel better for the race. Starting 5th out of 13. Couldn't be happier. This time last year, this car was not anywhere near where it is right now. I'm pretty happy with the way it's handling. I'm pretty happy with the way we're prepared, and I'm ready to go racing. Let's jump into it. All right, first race of the season. We're coming to the green flag, starting 5th. To my left is Stephanie Anderson. Directly in front of me is Luke Russell. We're going to go for a little bump draft here. I really wanted to stay with Luke. I had heard that he's super aggressive, and I wanted to try to carve up the field with him. Missed a shift, hit rev limiter, and right here, right there, see that jump? I was done. That was it. I wanted to follow him through there past that mini. I couldn't quite get it done. We did pick up a position. We're sitting in 4th right now, and all I can think about right now is holding on to this lead group. You got Frank Shorts up there, super fast, then Luke, and well, I forget the name of the driver in the white mini there, but this is the group. This is the start, and we're gonna watch just a couple of laps here, just to kind of see what happens. So that's me telling Stephanie, let's work together, let's try to get up front, you know, draft. That's the name of the thing. As two cars linked together are way faster than one car working by himself. And you can kind of see this, if you're not in line, you're losing time. And watch this white mini. That's the thumbs up going, yes, because she gave me a little bump. That's exactly what we need, stay close. But watch this mini and this fit go at it here. See how far away I am now. The mini's trying to make a move up the inside. Luke is holding his own. He's scrapping for the 2nd place. He manages to hold it, but look at how quickly they come back to me. Look at this. It's incredible. If you're not in line, you're losing time. And this proves it. Stephanie and I both had clean lines. Now I'm catching up to this mini because of that time lost, and here's my move right here. I cannot pinch that corner off. I didn't want to lift. It's too costly to lift. And so we're going to try the outside move. Ultimately, I'm not able to get it done. I can't shut the door on him, so he's able to take the spot right back again, but it was sure exciting. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out, but on the right side, watch my mirror. You can see where Stephanie is. She got blocked up by that battle that we just had, and that's how much time she lost. So this is going to be a theme for this weekend, is that time loss is incredible. So let's go back to watching this fight. Now Luke pushed a little bit too hard, ran off a little bit. I've done that a time or two here as well. It's a rough ride over there, and you can see again how much time he lost. That let that Mini get, I guarantee you Luke never lifted. The red Mini, or red Fit, never lifted, stayed in it, and that's the time he lost, is it let the Mini essentially just drive past him. Really painful, but it was fun to look at. It's I'm hoping they keep battling so I can stay with them. But also, look at Frank. Look at how far away Frank is. Look at the lead he's managed to get because these two are fighting each other. It's insane. It's crazy how much time you lose. It's good for me and Stephanie both. You can see, oof. I'm also pushing and it's getting a little bit rough. But if you look in that rearview mirror on the right side, keep your eye over there. You'll see Stephanie pop up. We stayed together for a long time. So you can see here that these guys kind of just incrementally start to pull away from me. I just don't have the speed these guys have. I haven't figured it out yet, but they're so fast. And they pretty much just kind of pull a little bit of a gap on us here. I'm trying to figure out the car, try to sort out the track, but we just kind of put in some laps like this and keep our head down and hit our marks. Okay, so if you watch that quarter station on the right, just brought up a yellow. And if you keep watching this right side here, you'll see there's another double yellow. And right there is another double yellow. So, there's one, two. Double yellow means one, no passing. But two, you need to catch the pack. You got to get up front. And so this means a couple of things for me. And you can see real quick, straight ahead, there's a BMW off in the gravel trap to the left. This means a couple things for me. One, I can come off the tires a little bit. Two, I can catch up and maybe get back into this fight. I was starting to cut time. My times were dropping a little bit, but I thought this is going to give us some time to get back into this battle. And it's a thumbs up to Stephanie going, stay with me. Let's try to make something happen here. Now, it's going to be a long recovery, so we do back off a little bit. And it was a huge mistake, as you'll see in just a minute. It was nice to come off the tires a little bit, give them some rest, but it ends up, well, we'll see the next part. So we've jumped ahead. You notice there's no car to the left over there. You notice there's double yellow right there. And we've caught the pack and we've started putting our time back in again. Like, let's go fast because we realize, oh shoot, we got to catch these people. And right here, watch, there's a station right there on the right. No double yellow. And just like that, we are back to green flag racing. We did not catch up to the field. We did not make up any time. And, well, Luke and I both, man, we just kind of fell asleep. That was the end. And, yeah, so we're stuck way away from where we really wanted to be. We are finally back in sight of Frank, who is still leading, and I'm watching these minis go at it right here, thinking, please fight, please fight, please fight, because I know that if they fight, they lose crazy amounts of time, and eventually I'll catch up. So right here, you can see that Mini just had himself a moment. It's really sketchy there, and I thought, this is it. This is my spot. But he gets back on, and man, the difference between on speed and off speed in these cars is nothing. It's crazy how he went off, lost that position, lost all that track position as well. You can see where Frank is all the way up there. This guy was on Frank's bumper. Look at all this distance he lost. And, well, I was far enough back, I just couldn't catch up. If I'd have been on Luke like I should have been for the double yellow, I might have gotten this spot, but we didn't get there. That is me voicing my frustrations to myself. I botched that turn. I was offline. I didn't get back on throttle when I should have. It was a mess of a turn, and you can see him driving away. I also realized that had I been up there with Luke, I might have gotten that spot also. That was a frustrating moment, and so sometimes the wheel gets a little bit of a slap when that happens. So we're still pushing, we're still trying. You can see where that Mini lost a little bit of ground there because he messed up 10A there, but we're still trying, we're still pushing, but there's really not a lot of hope building for me at this point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start preparing the next clip. In just a minute, we're going to come down the hill into 10A. There's a Mazda 2 who has been drafting and is pulled out to pass. He goes in way too deep, and I really thought, right here, see, watch the left, I really thought he was going to sail off the end. I move him over to the left as far as I can. He goes in way too deep. I thought he was going to sail off the end. Oh, it got really sketchy there. See, I thought he was going to drive straight off, and I was going to over-under him. So I started cutting over a little bit early to make that move, and the car stopped. I did not expect him to stop that quickly. And so what ended up happening is he came to me a whole lot faster than I thought he was going to, and well, I jumped over to over-under him, and then all of a sudden he was still there, and I dove to the inside to keep from hitting him, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. Everybody thought I hit him side to side. I did not touch him side to side. We were so close, and it's worth noting that the other driver was not that worried about it either. But so anyway, we'll get to that in just a minute. Faster traffic is coming through, and that was a beautiful example of what happens when you work with your faster traffic. He paused for just a second to pass me at the right time. I delayed my turn in just a little bit to get him by me at the right time, and neither of us lost really any time at all. But anyway, let's keep moving through the race here, and we'll talk more about that Mazda interaction in just a second. Faster traffic is moving through, and the race is pretty much coming to an end. We will cross under the checkered here, and we'll have a little bit of a celebration. This was my highest finishing position today. I get really excited. I don't know what to say. This is my highest finishing position to date in a Super Tour, most stacked field. It was fun. It was a good time. That's me giving the Mazda guy behind me a thumbs up. He actually was not upset. He stopped by and said, hey man, that was a great race. So it was okay. Goodness gracious. That was a heck of a race one. A lot of that did not go my way, but just enough went my way. Got a position right off the rip and managed to keep it the whole race. I'm really happy with that. 4th place. Really solid performance for me. I'm happy with that considering where I was this time last year. Car felt like garbage. I was way deep. I think I finished like 8th or 9th or something. I'm really happy with the way that this race turned out. The car, reasonably good. I started losing the nose again, and I don't really know why that is. I'm gonna have to watch some video and kind of think about stuff a little bit. But man, the car, it really did so well. I'm really happy considering where I was last year. And just as a quick little bonus, I have no idea when that happened. I didn't feel anything. Really, it could only be when I passed that Mazda 2, which was very exciting. But I don't really know when that happened. First weekend out, and we've already got a little bit of rash. That's okay, that's what it's for. Man, I'm so happy. I'm real happy with all this. Oh. It's gonna be wet tomorrow, so we are probably gonna pop these rain tires, brand fresh new rain tires on the car tonight before anything else happens. And see what we can do tomorrow. It'll be probably 3 o'clock before we go out. But for now, I'm gonna go sort out some dinner. And man, solid weekend. We will see you guys for race 2. We are inside the van, hanging out. I've swapped these seats so that they can swivel around, which has made a huge difference in the way that everything gets laid out here. They're playing music outside. I don't want to get copywritten, so here we are. It's been raining since about 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been raining hard. We were thunder and lightning until 9 or 10 a.m. It has since stopped, and the track is drying, but it's that middle parts of it are running water across the track, and parts of it are just bone dry. There's one more group out to go. It's fast wings and things, a lot of ground effects cars, so they're gonna pull even more water off the pavement, hopefully. There is a breeze, which helps to whisk some of that moisture away once it comes off the course. I'm going out on dries. At this point, unless it starts raining, dries are going to be the answer, I think. The track probably has some temperature in it by now because we're at the end of the day. And I'm going to risk overheating and chunking my wets if I go out on those, and they're slower. So we're going to go out on dries unless it starts raining hard again, which I don't think it's going to. That's what the choice is. That doesn't make the decision any easier. This is so stressful. So very stressful. I don't get stressed out about a lot of stuff, but just want to do well. I don't want to crash the car because I got to fix it. There's been a lot of people bailing all day, but it seems like the B-Spec crowd is sticking around. They're here to party and they're not going anywhere, so it should be a pretty good race. I'll be starting 4th, and we'll just have to see what happens.
I think you got this.
We'll see what happens. Let's just jump to the race. Let's just get into it. Alright, so we're rolling off grid here, and this is really important. Watch my hands, listen to the engine, and look at the direction the car is headed. It's 45 degrees and wet. Dry tires do not work. You see that? So I turned the wheel and the car literally just plowed straight. I'm barely doing maybe 15 miles per hour. Insane. Shows that the tires are in no way working. And, well, it was a little bit sketchy, as you'll see. So, we're coming to the start, and it is a touchy situation. So very touchy. You can see Luke up there, Stephanie's in front of me. I actually lost the spot. I'm starting in 5th now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You saw a little bit of spray there. We're all tipping around on our tippy toes, and it's just going to be a race of attrition. So we're going to come into turn 1 here, and you can see this Mazda is on my right side. Right there. Ooh, he got a little bit close, and he decided to bail out, so we're able to keep our 5th place here. Now the thing to note is the 2 minis up front are on wet tires, so watch them. The rest of us are on dries. The next 3 cars you see are on dries, and that's going to be a big clue as we get into the top of the hill up here, going into 5. Watch all 3 of these cars. All 3 of us had huge moments. The river across the right there. Watch this. Bobble, and I bobbled big time. Stephanie probably got the worst of it, and she had to come off throttle, and that's what gave me that spot. So, we're up into 4th. We picked up a position, but man, that was really sketchy. But this part of the track is bone dry, so I know that I can go through here as quickly as I want to, because it's basically drying here. But the tires are still cold. And here it's dry as well. It's the wet to dry to wet to dry. It's so hard to drive in. We're going to watch the first couple laps here because there's a lot to take in. But monitoring the track condition, huge. I came off of 5 just a little bit, and you see how I gained myself a position. Well, let's just keep watching and see what happens. Big lift here, and you can see Luke bobbles right there. Oh, 12 was a mess. It's full of wet to the point where there's spray coming off the cars. I mean, it was such a sketchy place, and 1 is wet too. This is all wet. A little bobble there. Man, it's just so crazy. The name of the game was hold on to the car. Hold on to the car, and holding on to the other car, the other group is secondary. Just make sure you stay on course. You can see how big of a gap those minis have pulled already. Keep in mind, like I said, they are on wet tires. This is beautiful condition for them because they can keep basically full speed. Another moment through 5. Man, 5 never was straightened out. 5 never dried up. 5 never felt good. But now we're back in a situation where Luke is fighting with this other mini, and again, that's going to bring them to me, and I love to see it. That right there, that wet curbing is slick. You saw me go on the curbing on the right, it just moved the car over. And right there, I lifted just a little bit at the exit of 12. Car did not like it. It stepped out, and I had to have quick hands to keep it from going all the way around. That was the scariest moment of the race for me, because we're doing, I don't even know how fast we're going, way top of 4th gear. It's so fast, and the car stepped out. It was really sketch. So that taught me that I cannot go through there full throttle, and I have to go through the last half under throttle to keep the car balanced. So that's a lesson I took away. Now keep your eyes on Luke right here. Keep your eyes on that red fit. It's rough. Oh, that'll be the next lap. Wow. They're battling out though. I really enjoy, as the car behind, I really enjoy seeing this because I know it's going to hold them up and keep them close to me. And Luke is fighting hard. Now the second thing I want you to notice is on this right hand rearview mirror, you can see that I've got no traffic behind me. I am totally safe to attack and do whatever I need to do because there's no one behind me. I am not under attack. So I'm pretty comfortable except for the track conditions. bubble right there too. Lots of counter steer moments on this race. Luke really went for it here. Great pass. Great pass. So for a little while for me, from here forward, is just a big case of hold on to the car. Keep it on track, and just try to make speed as best you can. This part, bone dry. You can do whatever you want to. As soon as we get right about here, it's a little bit wet, and it's cold and wet right through here. You can see another little bobble. You can see the river across the right side. But watch Luke, way up there in the distance. Right there. I saw that happening. Oh my goodness. He had a huge moment. I thought he was going over. I thought he was going to flip over. I thought I was going to watch it happen. I came up to him after the race and I said, hey man, wow, I really thought you were going over. And he threw his hands up and said, me too. It was pretty funny. He ended up being okay. He had some rocks stuck in the tire bead, but that was a big moment. It gave us a position. We're now sitting in third. We clicked off another spot. It is getting very exciting for me in the car. The next thing that's happening is this white Mini right here is not driving away from me. I'm able to keep up with him. I didn't know why. I knew after the race that he was on reins. I didn't realize that during the race. I just knew that I was able to keep up with him for the first time this weekend. Very exciting. Very exciting. So that was the first lap we were able to get under his draft. We were able to actually get to him, and that's why I was able to pull him in so quickly. And same thing down the front straightaway. I'm close enough to get in his draft, and that is so important. Little lift for him here, because I do not want to mess with this corner after what happened a few laps ago. But I'm going to go work on staying close, and keep his draft, because that's what's important to me right now. So it's right here that it is super apparent to me that, well, something must be wrong. Something must be wrong. Maybe he spooked himself. I don't really know. All I know is I'm able to stay with him way easier than I was before, and Frank is checking out. Look at it. You can't even see him anymore. Look way up there. He's way up there. So I'm able to keep this guy's draft. My plan is to push him. I want to link up with him and push him down the straightaway so that maybe we can catch Frank, because Frank is working alone. Now, here's what happened. Hit him once, that's normal, we're bump drafting. I go, okay, great, we're going to lock in for a couple laps here. Hit him again, and after the third bump right here, I go, never mind, I don't want to go this slow. So I pull out, I slow way down. I overslow for the corner because I don't want him to be able to cut in behind me. I keep him to the right, I shut the door, we drive up the hill. You can watch in the rearview mirror, he's still there, but he's going to start falling back. You can see he's already fallen back. Lifting for 12. I'm starting to come up to it. I'm flirting with it a little bit, but you can see that Mini is starting to disappear. I've got way more corner speed than he does at this point, and I'm going to be able to build a little bit of a gap to him here. So at this point, I am, big moment, forgot about that spot, big moment. At this point, we've clicked off another position. We're sitting in second place. I am extremely aware that we're sitting in second place. I've never sat here before. I keep having to remind myself, hey man, you got more racing to do. You cannot stop, you cannot relent, you have to focus, hit your marks, keep this car clean, and we're gonna get ourselves a podium. This is the conversation I'm having with myself. Hit your marks, be consistent, put in your laps. I kind of lost hope on catching up with Frank. You see how far away he is up there? So we just kind of run for a little while here, hitting my marks, making sure I'm inch perfect, no mistakes, stay on point, and really just keep your rhythm. When you're in a race like this, rhythm becomes super important. Muscle memory takes over if you let it, and you can just click off the laps. Your body knows what to do. You just gotta let it work, and that's where I am, is put in those laps, let the muscle memory work, and see what happens. So I'm giving a point by to some faster traffic. We're in that point of the race now where faster traffic is starting to catch up. And so things are going to be dicey. Things are going to get kind of weird. That's the first car I've seen, and there's going to be more. But during this clip, pay attention to Frank. Pay attention to Frank. Spoiler alert, he starts to come back to us a little bit here. As we sort of work our way through the faster traffic, or rather, as the faster traffic starts to work their way through us. Keep an eye on Frank. Keep watching him. So as we come on the front straightaway here, there's more faster traffic behind me, and this is where things start to go a little bit sideways for us. There's the point by, he doesn't take it. I left him a lane right here. He still doesn't take it. I should have done that. I should have stayed on line. Because what happens is he takes it here, sets my entire plan, a full car back, and right here I go for it. Bam. You see that? See the counter steer? You heard it? That was this other BMW. Hold on. Coming up to the right. I got excited. That's that guy hitting me. Pushing me offline here. I'm staying out. There's another car going by. There's one more here. I kind of say, just please go away. Step on the brakes early. Get him through. That was a mess. That was a mess for everyone involved. Look at my aim solo on the left there. Left the steering wheel. 3.3, 3.4. I lost almost 4 seconds in that interaction alone. It was really ugly. That first BMW should have taken my point, and he should have taken the lane I left him. And vice versa, I shouldn't have left that guy a lane. I needed to stay online, and I didn't do it. So I think we both had some mistakes there, and it was really pretty ugly for everyone. They no doubt lost a ton of time. I know that I lost, we're looking at 3.5 seconds here, that I lost that interaction. So that was very disappointing, but it's kind of what happens with mixed class racing. So, in all of this, look at where Frank is. Frank is also having some trouble with the lap traffic, and he's coming back to us. He's coming back to us really, really quickly. The amount of time I put on him through here is insane. Now, I did not have my radio in the car, so I couldn't have Laura tell me how much time was left in the race. I'm flying blind, but I tell you what, I am fired up again because he's coming back, and I thought, oh man, something's happened, and I think I can catch him. We're still putting in our laps, we're still being consistent, we're still being safe, but I'm like, wow man, I'm fired up again. Let's race. Also in the midst of all this, behind me, you can't really see it, but behind me, Stephanie has gained on me considerably. She is going way faster than she was before, and she's really putting the time on me. And so I said, you know what? I'm in second place. If I want to keep this spot, I've got to do something. And so I start putting in dry laps. I start driving the track as if it's dry. I literally said to myself, car be damned, I gotta get moving if I want to keep my spot. So right here, I went through 12 flat for the first time, somewhere or another, maybe it was a lap before, but right there you can see me kind of testing it, and it worked, and I said, okay, great, we're reeling Frank in, look how much time we put on him just in this clip alone. And I started laying some times down, and my times were dropping. Spoiler alert again, I didn't end up getting there, but in this next clip here, we'll go through this final lap and just watch how quickly I gain Frank. Watch how I reel him in. Thinking to myself, you got 3 corners to go, keep it together, and you'll get a second place. I pretty much got it locked up, but I just had to remind myself, you still got racing to do, man. You still got to keep your head in that helmet. And I wasn't able to get to Frank, but look how close I was able to get. That's about a 1.5 seconds a gap. Just celebrate with me for a few minutes. It's very exciting. I know. I know, dude. I was fired up, man. Second place. So exciting. So exciting. I've never finished this well before. First Super Tour podium. This one really meant a lot to me. I drove hard, and I got some good results. So I am certifiably fired up. It goes on like this for a whole lap. I am fired up, and I don't want to get out of the car. I want to keep racing. I want another lap. I want another 2 laps. I want to catch Frank. But anyhow, that was the race. Let's see what happened afterwards. Boy, is there a story for you guys. That was, if I've driven a sketchier race, I don't remember it. I can't remember it. That was, the track was so sketchy. There were parts where just staying on course was worth some track position to get there. I just don't have words. You want to see something cool? Second place, baby! Woo! Second place at a Super Tour. I've never been on a podium like this before. I guess I've been on podiums before. This means way more to me than any of the racing I think I've done, honestly, ever. It's incredible. I drove my ass off. I worked so hard, and I was able to get some positions. I'm assuming the video is good. I haven't watched it yet. We're still loading everything up, obviously. This trophy right here goes straight to the top of the stack. It is so beautiful. It matches the car so nicely. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? I don't know if the camera shows it, but it's a beautiful trophy. I am beyond excited. I lose the words when I really start thinking about what's happened here. And it came down to tire choice. I was a bit of a ball of stress before we went out, and tire choice is pretty much what got me there. There were places in the track, I'm sure you'll see in the video, that I thought that I was going to lose the car. And I'll tell you, with Stephanie coming up behind us, I thought for sure that she was going to take the position from me, because with, you know, for 3 or 4 laps, she made steady gains. She was coming closer and closer and closer, and at some point I kind of went, screw it, the car be damned, we're gonna put in some laps and see what happens. And so I started turning, driving the car like it was a dry track. It was not a dry track. It was real sketchy, but I started driving the car like it was a dry track, and it stuck, and it more or less worked out. Look at this, look at this. We got nudged by a faster car. There was a bit of a disagreement in this area with, you know, who had, oh, look at this too. Wow, look at that. That must be bumper. So I bet that's tire and that's bump. Oh, look, it did that too. Wow, okay. Well, you know, whatever. I'm actually pretty happy with that one because it was just a little bit of a hip check. Didn't really disturb the car. It kind of moved me a little bit, and I became aware, but didn't really hurt the car. What a weekend. A 4th and a 2nd to open the season. The car looks fresh. I got so many compliments. People really love this color combo. It's beautiful, so I don't blame them. But wow, I'm just blown away. I'm just absolutely blown away with how it's all gone. I worked so hard on all this stuff. Laura does too. We work so hard on all this stuff, and to come away to open the season with a 4th place and a 2nd place, my first ever Super Tourer podium, unbelievable, unbelievable. We're gonna finish loading up. You guys don't need to see any of that stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to bring more of this kind of energy through the rest of the season. I'm hoping. We're gonna go out to CMB in a couple weeks. Car did great. There's some work to be done here, obviously. There's never not work to be done. There's always stuff to happen here. But I'm gonna end it there. I'm being told we're going on for a long time. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna keep this train rolling.